Right, I guess we're live. Welcome. September 13th, 2024. So glad you could join me today. Oh, we got some good stuff. Today, I'm going to be breaking down something that you might not have thought about, but you won't not think about it after watching this show. Just a reminder, we're streaming live right now on X, on Rumble, and on YouTube. Please follow me somewhere else. We're on the road to 420 on Rumble, trying to get 420 subscribers, followers, whatever you want to call it. That's a good place to follow me. So hope to see you there. But we got a good one today. We're going to talk about fact checking and the idea of the baseless claim. What's up, everybody in chat? Glad you're here. Glad you were here. You know what I've noticed lately? Fact checkers, man. These guys, they used to be like the referees of reality. They blow the whistle when someone took a cheap shot at the truth. But now, no. Now they've joined the team. Yeah. They've gone from fact checking to be an assistant coach for the establishment. Yeah. And the word they love to use more than any other word is baseless. Have you seen this? Baseless is their go-to. It's their abracadabra to make anything they don't like disappear. Trump says something, baseless. Somebody shares a conspiracy theory, baseless. Your aunt posts a meme about Kamala Harris's earrings. Guess what? Baseless. It's like a magic word they use to avoid doing their job. Because here's the thing. Just calling something baseless doesn't explain why it's baseless. You just can't say it's false without telling me why. It's like if I ordered a steak in a restaurant and the waiter came by and said, nah, that's baseless. What are you talking about, dude? The real issue is that they aren't even hiding the agenda anymore. Fact checking used to mean diving into a claim, breaking it down, whether it's true or false, whether it's something in between. Now they just slap a label on it. It's baseless. And they call it a day. It's not about truth. It's about controlling the narrative. Let's be honest. The only thing truly baseless here is the idea that fact checkers are unbiased. Let's not forget, their whole operation is basically the facts, sponsored by Pfizer. Fact checking has become a propaganda tool. These folks, they're supposed to be the watchdogs of democracy, but instead, they're just poodles in a fancy vest, rolling over for belly rubs from the political elite. Yeah. They're not keeping politicians honest. They're keeping us obedient. They're like the bouncers at the Truth Club. And if you don't fit the dress code, you're not coming in. You think your claim has some nuance? No, it's baseless. Maybe it's more complicated than that. Sorry, baseless. Here's an idea. If you don't want people spreading baseless rumors, maybe stop acting like their concerns are, baseless. Engage with them. Explain why they're wrong. Treat people like they're adults with brains instead of toddlers who need a nap. But no, that takes effort. It's easy to just scream baseless and pat yourself on the back. At this point, fact checkers are less like journalists, more like janitors. They're sweeping anything inconvenient under the rug. And that rug is looking pretty lumpy right now. Look, in the age of misinformation, I thought we needed fact checkers, yeah. But we need real ones, not these glorified PR agents in the truth industrial complex. So next time you see a headline saying baseless, just remember, what are they really saying is, we don't want you to talk about this because it doesn't fit our story. Here's the kicker. The only thing more baseless than the claims they debunk is the trust anyone has in these clowns. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffee Nuance Show, the totally least watched, censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. Oh boy, this is a good one. Let me start the animation so you can be annoyed. Believe in the veracity of the fact checkers. That's what we say. Hope you all are doing a good job. Tom, okay, thank you for that, Natasha. I appreciate that. Cheers. As a reminder, I'll be going through all your comments in the after show. That's when I get done saying my piece. Then you can say yours, and we all get along. It's great. Love it. So this is funny. I could tell you about things, but they're so absurd that you just like think I was making this up, right? Did you see Daniel Dale, CNN, afterwards when they were fact checking the debate? When I saw this originally, I thought, nice Photoshop, whoever did it. That's a good Photoshop. That he came up with 33 false claims immediately off the bat from Trump and maybe one from Kamala. And you're thinking, yeah, nice job with the Photoshop. That's hilarious. No. This is real. After the debate, Daniel Dale just started listing off all of these things that he said were not true, from false, and he didn't really see any of the claims that Kamala made that were false, which were so numerous, I don't even want to bore you with it, okay? But it's as if Kamala knew that there would be no fact-checking of anything that she said. Yeah. Anyway, but let's get to one that's come up recently that I've seen, and that is this the Kamala's earrings. And is it baseless? Well, let's just look at what the fact checkers say about this, shall we? Here we go. So this is viral post makes baseless claim about Harris's earrings at the debate. Okay. A baseless claim. Let's just look at this quick take. This is again from factcheck.org. Social media posts baselessly claimed that Vice President Harris wore earrings equipped with audio devices in order to cheat during her debate with former President Donald Trump. Similar unfounded claims circulated before or after debates in 2016 and 2020 with Trump's past political opponents. So let's just look at that right there. We're saying it looks to me like they're trying to frame this as, you know what? Trump fans always accuse Trump's opponents of this. But guess what? This isn't new. It's been going on for freaking my whole life. We've been hearing claims about earpieces and cheating in debates. In fact, the big one, right? Now this is from Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting. The Emperor's New Hump. That's George W. Bush. And if you remember, during that debate, he had some kind of rectangular thing in the middle of his back with looked like a big wire or something going down it. And at the time, I think they called this Bulgegate, I think is what they were calling it that many decades ago. Bulgegate. And everyone on the left was accusing George W. Bush of cheating, of having a hidden earpiece during that debate. But what do the fact checkers say when some people are wondering about Kamala? Oh, they're saying, oh, no. This is for debates in 2016 and 2020 with Trump's past political opponents. So it sounds to me like the fact checkers here at factcheck.org, right? They're trying to frame it as though they only say this about Trump's opponents. No, they say this all the time. Like I say, going back to the big one that I remember when I was young, George W. Bush, right? In fact, one of the scandals about this is the New York Times actually decided to look into this story about George W. Bush. They researched it, and then they killed the article. But wait a minute. I thought it was only the right talks about the left cheating in debates? No, clearly that's not the case. But the fact checkers would have you believe otherwise. But anyway, let's get into this story about Kamala's earrings. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump clashed in their first presidential debate. Before the debates, the candidates agreed to a set of rules, including no pre-written notes or props, no interaction with their staff members during the commercial breaks. But viral posts on social media baselessly, look at that. Let me highlight that for you. They baselessly claimed that Harris cheated by wearing earrings that contained earphones and suggested that her remarks and responses were fed to her during the debate. She didn't need any fancy earrings if she had all the questions beforehand, right? But we'll just keep going. So they say an Instagram post, which received over 39,000 likes. Oh my goodness. The earring that Kamala was apparently wearing was created in early 2023. The post shows an image in an article touting the Nova H1 audio earrings. Another Instagram post said, busted, she's wearing earphone earrings. The post shows photos of Harris's pearl earring and a similar but not identical earring identified in an ad as the Nova H1 audio earring. And we can look at these audio earrings. And yes, they look extremely similar to what Kamala was wearing. Now, they're not exactly the same, but they look very, very, very similar. So here's my question. This story about Kamala Harris's earring at the debate and how this term baseless just gets thrown around. Okay, sure, the claim that she's wearing audio-equipped earrings might not be true, but to call it baseless without acknowledging the context feels like an oversimplification to me, right? The fact is, people aren't just pulling these suspicions out of thin air. They remember previous claims, like with Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, George W. Bush. There have been a lot of claims of hidden earpieces and whatnot, okay? And the earrings that Kamala was wearing look really close to the only audio earrings available in the world that I could find. They look very similar to the only product that can do that. Okay? So whether or not you buy into this conspiracy or not, it's clear there is historical precedence for this, okay? And in this case, the posts, they didn't come out of nowhere, right? The Nova H1 audio earring, it's a real product. So Harris, she might not have been using them, but the idea of audio-equipped jewelry exists, right? It's not totally outlandish that someone could make a connection, especially, when the media lies about everything, right? This claim might not be wrong, but it's definitely not baseless. Now, here's something else to consider, okay? Harris's team didn't even comment on her earrings resembling something that could contain audio feeds. Well, if your team refuses to talk about it, it just kind of fuels speculation, right? People see these little details, they question, especially when candidates avoid the topic. So when fact checkers just jump in and scream, it's baseless, and they try to shut it down, it kind of feels like they're silencing skepticism rather than actually engaging in being curious, which is what you need to do if you're a fact checker. And when the media calls it a conspiracy theory, they're not dealing with any of the theories. They're just dismissing them outright. So it's not about whether Kamala Harris was cheating during the debate. It's about fact checkers refusing to acknowledge why people feel this way. If you just dismiss it without addressing it, okay, instead of explaining that Harris's earrings were a standard pair from Tiffany, right? They just say baseless. It's baseless. That's what it is. It's just baseless. That's all it is. Baseless, baseless, baseless. And then they just hope people will stop asking questions about it. Now, here's where the fact checkers totally miss their mark, okay? They make this claim baseless, but they don't address any nuance. Okay. There's no evidence that Kamala's Tiffany, right? You know, the fancy, expensive jewelry brand Tiffany that isn't the same company anymore because I think they sold out to I think they were bought by Japanese, whatever. But these Tiffany earrings, there's no evidence these Tiffany earrings were modified to be earphones, right? There's no evidence of that. However, there's no evidence that they weren't, okay? And it leaves a gap that fact checkers don't seem interested in filling. Instead, they just say, it's baseless, and they try to shut down any talk about it whatsoever. Now, again, she wears these earrings a lot. And if you look back in time, I found she started wearing these earrings last year. And I couldn't find pictures of her wearing these earrings like 4 years ago. It's as if she started wearing them around the same time that this product became available. Could be a coincidence, right? That could just be a coincidence. But the thing is, they didn't agree to any special terms, that there would be any official inspection or verification. You know, there was no patting anyone down or looking in anyone's ear or that beforehand. They just walked out on stage and did their thing. So there's really no way to prove that these earrings hadn't been tampered with. Now, I don't think they were, okay? I think that they were just Tiffany earrings. I do. That's just my opinion. And this is probably some truth bait, if you remember a term I created 2 weeks ago. But you can't just call it baseless. And it feels like fact checkers are just running cover for their masters, if you will. They could be more transparent. They could say, right? This is what the fact checkers could say. They could say, we have no evidence to support the idea that these earrings were modified into earphones. And also, there's no technical inspection was confirmed that they weren't either. So we don't know, and we don't have evidence either way. That would be fair. But this total lack of curiosity from the fact checkers, it drives distrust. Okay, that's what it does. And instead of investigating and leaving room for doubt, they slam down baseless, 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 like they got a big gavel and they're just slamming it, screaming baseless. Don't you dare question anything. So it's not debunked. They use the term debunked as well. Oh, that's debunked. That's debunked. Debunked. No, it's not. That's not how the burden of proof works. Okay. It just isn't. And in this case, right? In this case, here we are. You have them saying baseless right off the top of the bat, debunking viral claims. That's the top. It says they're debunking it. They're saying right off the bat, this is false. But again, how do we know that it's false? We have no evidence that it's false. We didn't look at the earrings. They weren't inspected. So you can't just make that claim. That's insane. That's ridiculous. And what this does is it makes anyone with any semblance of curiosity just start to not believe the fact checkers, because you shouldn't. Because as far as I can tell, they're full of it in so many ways. Anyway, and it's funny here. Oh, they've said here at the bottom, oh, look, she wore these on June 20th. Okay. Well, that proves that must prove something. It doesn't prove anything. It proves zero. And I think that they're smarter than this. I believe that Daniel Dale is smarter than this. I think he is. And I hope he's being paid a lot of money, because it would cost a lot of money for me to just lie and carry water for the establishment like he is. I don't know if they've got something on him, right? I don't know if he's being coerced to do this. I mean, I'm not seeing a gun to his head, but I don't know, right? I guess it's baseless to claim that there isn't a gun to his head, because there could be one outside of the camera there. So it's baseless to claim that there isn't. See how this works? Anyway, there was another baseless claim that I saw, and this was, let me see where. And this was actually in CNN's debunking, right? Or what is this? Okay, so when they're talking about the eating the cats, right? Eating the cats, eating the cats. It's a great tune, whoever remixed that. But they just say, that's a baseless, debunked Facebook rumor, just nonsense. Baseless? So you're telling me that in Haiti, they don't have animal sacrifice? They don't do voodoo? This is something that is uncommon in Haiti? Oh, because I've seen clips and pictures that are over a decade old of Haitians doing exactly that. Yeah. So while it may be wrong, maybe they're not eating the cats, okay? Maybe they're not eating the ducks, perhaps. But you can't say that it's baseless. You can't say that it's baseless. And that's what is absolutely wrong about that. Anyway, that's my pitch today. Let me know your thoughts about baseless fact checking. And I look forward to reading all your comments in the after show. Hope you all are having an awesome day. Let me just check on one thing here. Okay. But I'll read your comments in the after show. I hope you all have an awesome weekend. If anyone's in Oregon, I might see you at Oktoberfest, because that's going on. There's an Oktoberfest in your area. Don't miss out. I think it's some of the best festivals that there are. Oktoberfest. So go check that out. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. Until then, peace. So here we are. What's up, everybody? Apothecary John, nice to see you. Jesse in the house. Fact Check Friday. That's right. Rumble gang. Indeed. So I'm always pleased when I see regular people in the show. It means a lot to me. Doug, nice to see you, Doug. Ox, the facts sponsored by Pfizer. Yeah, that's pretty much the case. Tom, if we went on a date, that's the shirt I would want you to wear. Well, that is a nice compliment on this shirt, so I will keep that in mind. Keep that in mind if you're ever in Portland. This is the shirt that I will wear. Okay. Article in Haitian Reporter saying some Haitians eat cats on December 24th in a national festival called Réveillon, while fact checkers say no basis for claims of some Haitians eating cats in USA. Well, look, just because somebody eats cats in Haiti and then those people are moved to the US doesn't mean that they would do anything the same that they would do in their own home country, right? Because we know that anytime anyone crosses a border, then you just change all of your behaviors for the new country that you're in. Don't you know that that's how it works? Anyway, Matthew says, the baseless claim that all the stores in my neighborhood have plywood windows. Oh yeah, it's just a baseless claim. course, you can walk out and see it with your own eyes. Yeah. Ox says, like the Agile Manifesto has some simple rules to it if something is agile. I don't know this Agile Manifesto, so I'll have to check that out. The world's greatest fact checker should write a fact checker's principles to know if it's a proper fact check. I thought about that for a while. I thought, I should just write some book, like a fact checking book or whatever. And then I could be an author and I could be an authority on fact checking. And it wouldn't even have to be that long, right? Just self-publish it. So it's something I've considered. The hard part is fact checkers have such a terrible reputation, and rightfully so. Because because of this joke, like Daniel Day. I swear, when I saw the 33-1, I was like, that's funny. That's a funny meme. But but it wasn't a meme. It was real. Weird. The baseless claim about partisan violence in my neighborhood. Oh, from my neighbor who got a rock thrown through the window after putting up a Trump sign. Well, it's probably a baseless claim because they say it's baseless. Yeah, if you don't look, you don't see it. Right? I could and it's just it's so dumb. It's so dumb, but they get away with it. They get away with it because it appears to me like all of the corporate media is all on the same team. That's what it looks like to me. Write the Fact Checking for Dummies book, Tom. I think I understand that, but it should be fact checking for people that aren't dummies, because fact checking is for dummies, right? So, something like that. But there are a lot of general principles and ways to fact check. It's funny. I never really cared about fact checking, and I just came across some stuff in doing this channel where I noticed that, this fact check got this one wrong. Let me correct it. Oh, the fact checker got this one wrong. Let me correct. And it took me a long time to figure out, this is all bullshit. Right? I just didn't, I don't know. I was kind of slow to it. I thought they were legitimate journalists, but then again, I don't know. Is there any legitimate journalism going on now? I'm not seeing a whole lot of it. That is why I encourage you to get an account on X, because it is one of the places that you can find breaking news and you're able to kind of verify it. I think it's much better than your standard corporate news outlets. Fact check equals baseless corporate funding debunking. That's pretty much it. You got it, Tobias. So, yeah. But anyway, you've given me a lot to think about. And keep that in mind, just this word baseless. Have you ever noticed that they all use the same words? Right? They all use the same words. You will see, and this is the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, if you will. You will see the term baseless this weekend. You will. And when you do, now you know what it means. Tom is something else. Maybe truth checking. I like that. Truth checking. I do prefer that. Thank Bill Clinton, the Telecommunications Act of 96, for all the media talking points sounding exactly the same. Yeah. Well, who needs competition, right? We can all just be in cahoots. That's pretty much how it is. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely weekend. You've given me a lot to think about, and be on the lookout for the word baseless. Let me know if you run into the word baseless this weekend. That's what I'd like to know. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Till next time. Peace.